Welcome to our presentations. My name is Huyền Lương and I'm from Team 8. Today we are going to talk about strategic human resources recruitment plan. My team has four members including Đức Phan, Hằng Nguyễn, Dương Đoàn and me. Basically, we will divide our presentations into nine parts. Firstly, I will begin by introductions and business strategy. Next, Dân Đoàn will focus on current situation and recruitment needs of the human resources team. To move on, Đức Phan will talk about recruitment strategy and economic context and human resources in Vietnam. Finally, Hằng Nguyễn will deliver impacts of the proposed recruitment plan, risk analysis, and conclusions. Now let's start with our presentations. First of all, I would like to start with the introductions. The Vietnam's meets online trade market expansions of the company largely depends upon its differentiation strategy, which involves the delivery of value differentiations, high-quality service, and customized silent experience in the fast-paced competitive market through innovation, innovative products and service and effective workforce. The Human Resources Department performs the central role in this regard, involving the responsibility of recruitment, training, and retention of the brightest workers who create innovations, high-quality service, and the company's differentiations in the market. The development and proper meaning of the human resources team help in human capital alignment to strategic initiative, the encouragement of an innovative and adaptive culture, and effective operations. The right recruitment ensure the company the attraction of high quality and adaptable workers who support long-term growth and its competitive dominance. The focus on human resources helps the company to cement its differentiations, strengthen employee engagement, and dominance of the fast-paced Vietnamese and electronic commerce market. Now that we have an overview from the introductions, let's the move on to the business strategy. To begin with, we will look at part one introductions to differentiation strategy. A differentiation, uh, a differentiations is oh sorry to a differentiation is one where a business would look to set up a products or service offering with unique attributes appreciated by consumer, which would give the business a differential advantage and be in a position to chase a premium. This is a strategy about creating uniqueness within the space of competitions rather than competing on the price-driven aspect. And the business is successful in differentiating itself and building a loyal group of consumers. Moreover, those organizations who do strategy and general seeking product innovation innovational pace advantage and they continuously innovate products in a way that they may maintain their advantage within the market. Next, let's continue with part two. The sorry. um, Next, let's continue with part two, e-commerce market context in Vietnam. With the with the e-commerce hyper rate, the rising customer demands towards the levels of customized experience and the intense market competitions from Vietnam's incumbent market player, the firms work oh, the firm would naturally and most efficiently attain the competitive advantage through the executions of a differentiation strategy. To begin part two, I will first present overview of strategic choice. E-commerce has witnessed robust growth in Vietnam in the recent past owing to technological advance, increased level of internet penetration, and high usage of digital channels. Emerging markets business like Vietnamese e-commerce business assist in a dynamic environment of involving and user expectations, increased competitions, and complexity of regulations. The challenge is stiff with established brands such as Shopee, Lazada, and Tiki, offering a wide range of offerings and price aggression, even as consumers are also becoming severe where they do not merely want low cost, but a well-tailored experience, better service, and guaranteed doorstep deliver. Moving on, the next part of part two is about technological and digitalization trends. Digitalization had great influence e-commerce in Vietnam. Fast and safe payment are facilitated by electronic payments and mobile wallet, namely Momo and Zalopay. Fast and reliable deliveries are achieved by smart logistics automations, warehouse, and a sophisticated order management system. Such technological innovations help startups increase customer convenience and stand out among own competitors. Finally, in part two, we will discuss consumer behavior and expectations. Increased Vietnamese consumers are seeking quick and convenient shopping and quick and effective customer service. Purchase or not non-purchase decisions are based pro, not only on product quality and product price, but on product reviews by peers and tailored personal recommendations. This presents a potential opportunity for startup with a differentiations business model providing a different experience combined with tailored service in gaining and maintaining loyal customer in a highly competitive market. Now that we have examined the e-commerce market context in Vietnam, let's move on to the final part of strategy business, which is benefits of differentiations strategy for the firm. First one, the most significant benefits is attracting and keeping devoted customer. A differentiation strategies can assist a business in providing superior customer experience, which can evolve repeat business and win customer loyalty. When a consumer has perception of a brand's products or service containing a value of quality service, personal, personalizations of interactions, or uniqueness, they are less likely to switch their business to a rival brand. This reduces customer churn and generates a stable groups or of customer, which is essential within a highly competitive e-commerce market like Vietnam. Secondly, differentiation contributes to enhancing brand value and image. By constantly offering differentiated products and services, the company can establish its brand image. A good brand is one which is creative, reliable, and of superior quality, generating higher levels of trust among business counterparts and consumers. This kind of reputations not only enable products promotions but can be used in cooperations with already established brands, thus establishing credibility and market presence. Moving on, differentiations al- also encourage perpetual innovations of products and services. Differentiation motivates employees toward thinking of innovative solutions and design innovative products. A culture of sustained innovations enable frequent innovations of products by the company, which sustains the competitive advantage for startup Shaka agility enables quick response towards market directions and rising expectations of consumer. Finally, differentiations plays a role in supporting human resources strategy. The differentiation strategy directly applies to human resources management. You require employees who are creative, adaptable, and team oriented and can operate in a creative work setting. You can design training and development programs to continue shape a culture where employees are likely to come up with ideas towards additional product and service development. You can align your human resources with a differentiation strategy and preserve a competitive advantage which translates into sustainable development. My part of the presentation has finished. The next part will be presented by my partner Dương Đoàn.
My name is Zunduan, and I will take responsibility for current situation of the human resource team. So first of all, we can see the structure. We have three parts in current situation of the human resource team. First of all, HR team structure and roles. Current challenge in supporting differentiation. HR performance analysis. So moving on to the first part of our presentation, the HR team structure and roles. The HR department plays a critical role in implementing a differentiation strategy because HR is involved in acquiring, developing, and retaining talent for innovation and competitive advantage. The HR function is known as a central play. It's the whole differentiation process. Currently, there are several specialized roles within the HR structure that provide different inputs in the overall human capital management. The first is HR manager. HR manager oversees the HR team on a day-to-day basis to ensure HR strategies and processes are aligned with corporate objectives, building workforce plans and projections that are central to ensuring HR supports the company's differentiation activities. Next is recruiters. Attract and hire candidates who would bring creativity, innovative thinking, and niche skills required for differentiation. Recruiters are the entrance gate into building a workforce that could differentiate the company from others in its industry. The third is training and development specialists. Implement and conduct the training program for employee and upgrades to meet changing business requirements, including creativity, problem-solving skill, and innovative thinking, as these form from the backbone of differentiate offerings. Employees relations officers. So they creating a positive working environment serves to engage employees and nurture collaboration. These offers keep workers on their toes and motivate them to think creatively. And the last of 3.1 is compensation and benefits expert must craft and administer pay package and benefits programs that are competitive enough to attract and retain talent of the highest order who are capable of executing and generating innovations. All right. So moving on to the 3.2 current challenges in supporting differentiation. We have four parts in 3.2: recruitment and training gap, retention of creative talent, performance measurement, and scalability and flexibility. All right, so why the HR department has basic structures? There are several challenges that hinder the real development of differentiated workforce capacity. All right, recruitment and training alignment. One of the challenges is in sourcing and hiring talent with specific requirement for creativity and innovative capacity. So in the recruitment process, more often than not, it becomes oh, it's become difficult to find candidates who, in addition to technical skills, also have a mindset that goes along the company differentiation strategy. The training programs, on the other hand, need to impart beyond generic skills, creative thinking, innovation management, and adaptability. Next is a retention of creative talent. There is a stiff competition for very creative and innovative persons, and, retaining strength would be another challenge. Most creative minds often look for a dynamic working environment that will afford them opportunity for growth, as well as recognition. Hence, the HR team is to come up with retention strategies customized for this category, including career paths developed for them, continuous learning, and a company control that rewards innovation. The third is performance and impact measurement. Assessing the contribution of HR in enhancing differentiation in indeed complex. Traditional performance metrics might not suffice to rate creative input or innovation achievements. Still, the most searching concern is that developing new KPIs and analytics tools to measure HR's influence of the lives of business concerning differentiation needs remain an area where continual attention is required. And the last of 3.2 is scalability and flexibility. As a company grows or reorients itself in the direction of the differentiation strategy, HR must be able to grow and change quickly at the operational level, from recruitment in new department focused on innovation activities through to refocusing policies to ensure employee satisfaction and engagement. The HR team has to be nimble and prospective, right? And the last part of current situation of each of the human resource team is HR performance analysis. And I also have 4 parts in HR performance analysis. So the HR unit that is somewhat efficient in standard HR function, from compliance to payroll and general administrations, needs several strategic issues lifted in order to better support the firm in differentiation strategy. First of all, we have strategic workforce planning. The proactive element of workforce planning needs enhancement in order to anticipate future talent needs generated by the differentiation agenda. Number 2 is about talent development programs. Development could be advanced to design and implement more targeted learning and development programs that make use of innovation labs, cross-functional collaboration, and creative problem-solving workshops, among others, as opposed in conventional training. So number 3, employment engagement and culture. While baseline engagement of employee is in good shape, more work is needed to build a culture that routinely supports experimentation, views failures as learning, and feeds ever-evolving innovative thinking. And the last one is data-driven approach to decision making. HR would properly leverage its ability to support differentiation if it began to analyze workforce trends, identify relation threats to high potential talent, and measure the efficiency of its HR strategies using data. All right. So moving on to the next part of my presentation is recruitment needs of the HR team. All right. So we have 2 parts my in my second part. So the first one is key positions and rationales, and the second one is strategic importance of roles. All right, so in the face of current challenge and in support of differentiation strategy, HR must go beyond a limited recruitment focus to ensure that the right capabilities are indeed brought in. So the following are detailed roles and that are considered critical and their justification. All right, so 4.1 is a key position and rationales. First of all, we go with HR manager or expansion role. All right, about the rationale with the firm's transformation with a growing complexity of HR responsibility in the light of differentiation strategy. There comes a need for an HR leader to drive transformation. The manager will lead change initiative to align talent acquisition, development, and retention needs with innovation objectives, manage the expansion of HR capabilities and resources. The second is recruiters for creative and innovative talent. The general approach to recruitment do not draw in candidate who possess a unique blend of creative thinking and domain expertise. According to the rationale, special recruiters develop new sourcing channels, exploit talent branding around innovation, and use assessment techniques that best capture candidates with the potential for creativity and innovation. Next is the training and development specialist for innovation skills. Continuous learning is confirmed if one maintains a workforce capable of delivering differentiated product or service. Specialists designing creative leadership development, innovation workshops, and skill development programs will train people in ideation, design thinking, and agile methodologies to build an adaptive and future-ready workforce. Number four is employee relation officer for cultural engagement. Differentiating culture needs to be built even actively. This officer will boost engagement through initiative, fostering collaborative interaction and open communication. Recognizing innovative efforts, these represent a creativity fostering environment where employees feel psychologically safe to innovate. And the last one in the 4.1 is compensation and benefits expressed to design incentive value based on innovation. So competitive salary may be, but are not always sufficient to retain creative talent. Compensation experts will develop complementary incentive schemes designed to reward not only value but also risk. Idea generation and realization of innovation. Another innovation is having flexible working hours, sabbaticals, and access to the latest tools and resource. So now we will move on. We will go to my last part of our presentation: strategic importance of roles. So the first of all is HR leadership. Provides a strategic vision and accountability for the systematic HR change transformation that creates differentiation. They ensure that all HR practices are strongly aligned with the overall corporate strategy. Recruitment specialist. So, recruitment specialist create pipelines of diverse, high potential talent from which to innovate and create the very essence of differentiation. Learning and development experts. So they facilitate the uninterrupted enhancement of workforce capability and explicitly tailor to innovation challenge to minimize skill gap faced during the development cycle of new product or service. Next is employee relations, sorry. Constructing and maintaining a corporate culture that encourage creativity and involvement and risk takes would become the very building blocks of differentiation. And the last one, compensation and benefits. Develop, design, and implement as a strategic tool or reward system that will attract the most creative mind and keep them loyal in the long run. So this is the end of my presentation. So in the fifth part and the sixth part will be presented by Đức Tuấn Phan.
So hello everyone, my name is Duke, and so now we continue the section 5 and section 6. Section 5 is recruitment strategy. With the first is recruitment model. So in order to enable the HR department to meet the requirement for recruiting creative talent to sustain and involve the company differentiation strategy, there is a necessity to develop a flexible recruitment model that encompasses both internal and external recruitment. This will ensure that the company not only retains its current employees but also gets new talent that will be capable of driving its growth. Now we'll talk about internal recruitment. With the first A, promoting from within. As creative talent becomes a scarce commodity in the world of e-commerce, developing homegrown talent is the way forward. Clear promotion motivation can be set up for company current employees, which contributes to encouraging them to work hard and also to input innovation ideas into company's long-term development strategy. Example, hosting in-house innovation competitions or hackathons to uncover and develop pockets of creative talent in the company. The second is advanced learning programs. The HR team must incorporate advanced classes on HR tech, creative somebody management and innovation-driven cultural building to suffice the needs of a differentiation strategy. So the next is external recruitment. With the first is recruitment through social network for high demand positions such as HR director, recruitment manager, or learning and development specialist. The group can use LinkedIn, Vietnam course, or IT Viet and other popular recruitment channels to find talents. These important roles are necessary to make sure the HR team can deploy HR strategy fit with the company differentiation strategy. So the next is working with university. Internship programs and career fair can be agreed in a reputable university to find suitable candidates possessing fresh mind and interest in the e-commerce industry. For example, building partnership with institutions such as Hanoi University of Science and Technology or foreign trade university to enroll students who excel in creative skill with a great future potential in growth. Now we move on to the recruitment channel. Online recruitment platforms like LinkedIn. This is an ideal platform for finding senior candidates with experience in strategy, HR management, and talent development. Link also serves as a channel for building the company employer brand and reaching creative talent in e-commerce industry. So the next is Vietnam Works and IT Viet. This platform help the company connect with candidates who possess HR tech skill, aligning with the company needs for developing innovative and effective HR strategy. The next is the recruitment events and industry conference. Marketing campaigns in university for recruitment. Top universities such as Hanoi University of Technology and Foreign Trade University are strong allies of top talent. The company can also organize campus recruiting events to meet college graduates, especially those enthusiastic and promising in HR. The AI industry conferences, the business should also be involved with industry events like AI Conference Vietnam or AI Tech Talks to have face-to-face time with top talents and experts. The next part is training and integration programs. training on differentiation strategy, course on SR tech and innovation in SR. The company should provide training in strategic SR management, HR data analytics, and creative workforce development to enable HR staff to actively contribute to the company differentiation strategy. Training on company culture and innovation. New HR employees should be trained not only in HR management skills, but also in understanding the company culture of creativity and its differentiation strategy. So the next is integration and cultural development with in-depth onboarding. New recruits in HR need to undergo comprehensive onboarding sessions in which they can be introduced to the company missions and vision and get used to the creative culture and the cutting-edge office environment. Mentoring. The company might consider a mentorship program for new HRI hire to grow them faster and let them get insight in the company. The next part is employee retention strategy, career development and continuous training. Training and development. The company must provide learning opportunities and career development plans and a clear career path for the progression of HR staff, fostering creativity and idea sharing. The business needs to support an open and creative work setting in that HR team can contribute their own new concepts for their recruiting practice as their employee growth. The compensation and benefits. With the first is explain competitive salary and flexible benefits. It's better to present an implementable compensation policy, competitive salary and flexible benefits. For example, like health insurance, job insecurity, performance bonus, and other benefits. Flexible work schedule. The employer can offer telecommuting solutions and permits on a partial basis so stress level can be reduced and employees can better maintain creativity. And so now we move on to the section 6, the economic context and human resources in Vietnam. With the first is the economic context of Vietnam. So Vietnam is developing at a rapid pace in e-commerce markets, one of the top growing markets in Southeast Asia. Vietnam e-commerce market could end up being worth with 25 million billion USD 2024 as it continued to grow at 20% CAGR from 2023 by Baojing Fu reporting. E-commerce in Vietnam had recently gained momentum bolstered by the availability of various online payments platforms and the growing use of internet among the people. This is market that is growing in terms of revenue and consumers is an increasingly diverse set of population. E-commerce platforms such as Shopee and TikTok Shop are striving to solidify their top positions in Vietnam through marketing efforts and continuous sales persona. And 2024 would be a good year for Vietnamese economic with 7.09% growth rate, the first standing after 2018, 2019, and 2022. The expansion rate indicates a robust post-pandemic recovery and resilience in the manufacturing, service, and also export segment. The economic growth in 2025 target is expected to range from 8.3 to 8.5%. About labor markets, in 2024, the labor force of 15 years and older is nearly 53 million people, an increase of 575,400 people compared to the previous year. The unemployment rate remained at 2.24%. About income, in 2024, the average monthly income of employees was 7.7 million Vietnam dong, an increase of 8.6%, which is 610,000 Vietnam dong more compared to the previous year. And the last is about the quality of labor. More than 70% of the workforce has no professional training ever, indicating an enormous shortage of professional competence and qualification of Vietnam workforce. So, with the economic state of Vietnam, there are at least to some opportunity and challenges. So now we'll talk about the first eight challenges. The first is shortage of qualified human resources. The human resources market has now responded to the demand for the quality and quantity of human resources, especially in the high expertise level post such as technology, management, and foreign language. The next is difficult in training. Graduate lack practical experience and practice skill. Business have to retain the majority of employees. The next is intense recruitment pattern. E-commerce business need to spend a lot on the search for talented people in Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City, as well as in other provinces of the company. The following that is retain talent. In the work of competition, business must to have a good compensation policies and a good work environment if they are to hold on to work employees. And the last is fast evolving technology. The e-commerce landscape is constantly shifting, so you have to learn and improve to stay on top. And about opportunity, the first is increasing demand for quantity human resources. Company can develop by building specialized training programs to meet the strong development needs. The second is real work training. Universities are starting to integrate new technologies into their curricula, helping students to apply them to real work. The next is customized training. The training model between the state and businesses has met human resources needs quickly and effectively. Following that is connecting businesses and schools. Close cooperations have building training programs that are close to real work needs, minimizing skills sources. The last is digital transformation. Programs like Go on Online Sport, business and small traders, creating opportunities for the digital business community to develop sustainability. So that is the end of my part. And the next part will be continued by Hang Nguyen to talk about the section 7 and section 8.
Mm. Thanks, Doug, and I will continue our presentation. The next part is the impact of the recruitment plan. The proposed recruitment plan brings several important impacts to the company. First, it expands HR operation capacity. In the beginning, the company had no HR staff, and even hiring just two people was a hurdle. But with a structured system, including talent acquisition, compensation and benefit, and training and development, human resource can streamline workflow, the improve service quality and reduce turnover from 9.6% to only 6.5%. This creates stability and resilience for the next 3 to 5 years. The second, human resource directly improve
employee experience and indirectly shape an organizational culture. Research shows that management training boosts productivity, profit, and survival rate. In Vietnam, career advancement is a vital retention driver, while a strong employer brand can transform employees into brand ambassadors who fuel innovation. Finally, human resource strengthen competitiveness, with Vietnam's e-commerce growing 25% annually and surpassing 25 billion USD in 2024. The demand for skilled talent in logistics, data, and customer service is rising fast. A capable human resource system is essential to acquire to develop this talent, ensuring long-term and competitive advantage. The next part is the risk analysis. However, the plan also presents significant risks. The first, talent competition and training costs. Startups are at a disadvantage compared to large players like Shopee and Lazada, while salary level in Vietnam increasing by 8.5% in 2024, as calculating hiring a retention cost. The second risk is retention and turnover. For startup, every resignation is a double lose. Money spent on hiring and training is wasted, and the departure of key staff weaken team morale and knowledge capital. The third is organizational cultural challenge. Rapid hiring may dilute the entrepreneur, entrepreneurial spirit that defines startup. Without proper onboarding, cultural misalignment can lead to conflict, poor cooperation, and a loss of differentiation. The next part is risk mitigation strategy. To mitigate these risks, the company lead clear strategy. First, strengthen employer branding as a place of innovation growth while recruiting instead aligned with revenue. The second, define career path and training program. When employees see opportunity for advancement, they are more loyal and productive. Third, design on broadening program that emphasize company value and innovation. This ensures cultural alignment as the workforce expands. With this strategy, challenge can be turned into opportunity, enabling HR to grow into a key driver of differentiation. And the final is the conclusion. Sorry. In conclusion, human resource is not just an administrative function, it must evolve into a strategic role engine. A strong human resource department builds operational capacity, enhance employee engagement, and preserve organization culture. These three elements together create resilience, competitiveness, and sustainable growth in Vietnam fast-changing e-commerce industry. Therefore, the proposed recruitment plan is not just about filling vacancies, it is about positioning human resource as a foundation for long-term success and differentiation. That's all our group presentation. Thank you for listening.